Last time, we discussed the story of BALDI'S basics, and mentioned that we have theories onto the deeper meaning of the game, and today we'll be exploring the main theory that we have. Hey guys, I'm Chantelle from SmackNPie, and you're watching The Guy Gaming Show. Now, before we begin, we should state that the developer of the game might not have had any sort of intention with these theories. This is just what we think. We should also mention that this is just our interpretation of the game. It's alright if you disagree with it. Lastly, we here at SmackNPie are aware that this game is just a parody of 1990s educational video games, and are aware that it was just a hit on how terrible school systems were, and somewhat still are. Alright, now to talk about the main theory we have. So get ready to have your socks knocked off, because we're really swinging for the fences with this one. What happens in BALDI'S basics is what occurs in the mind of a person with PTSD. This is shown by the nightmarish feel of the game, certain noises causing panic, the feeling of irritation that the person playing feels, and just general jumpiness by looking at Baldi or hearing the sounds of a ruler. Baldi, the antagonist of the story, is the abuser who is the main cause of PTSD in the first place. He takes the place of the protagonist's previous math teacher, whom happened to be bald. It can be assumed that this teacher used to hit the students, thus resulting in fears of many kinds. When you get caught by Baldi, the jump scare has a similar effect as waking up from a nightmare or snapping to reality from a flashback. The principal presents you with the general lack of care taken in the schools and the systems, shown by the fact a terrible teacher was hired and wasn't at all alarmed by anything going on. He also indirectly puts you into harm's way by putting you in detention while you are trying to run away from your attacker, despite being all about justice, thus making things much worse because you're easier to get to, which when you play again and get caught in detention a second time, you get anxiety because you can see Baldi just outside the window while you're stuck there. The girl who wants to play with you exhibits the general lack of care or lack of awareness from friends and the inability to speak to someone about what's been happening. Sometimes this can be more damaging to a person. Reaching out can be a difficult task on its own, but when the people around you tend to ignore the fact that you are asking for help, it makes it that much more difficult. Some, not all, people have a bad tendency to think that ignoring a problem is the way to solve it. The girl just happens to be one of those people. She plays jump rope with you to ignore the problem, to act as if nothing is wrong. The broom represents a person who cares very little about helping out, and is just a person who wants to do their job. If his job of sweeping helps you out, it's purely coincidental. In more ways than one, this character helped out and made things worse. If you don't dodge him, he will push you closer to Baldi without realizing. The shy sock represents the people who have also been abused by Baldi, doing anything they can to get on Baldi's good side to avoid future punishment. They become jealous because you have more notebooks and haven't gotten hit yet due to getting a question wrong. They also become jealous of the fact that you might escape without a hitch. Therefore, they try to put you next to Baldi near the end sequence of the game. It, overall, displays kids who are willing to put someone in harm's way just to save their own skin, mainly as a means to an end, so that they can get out themselves. And finally, the bully is just that, a lame lump of a person who just likes making your life worse. Nothing much is to be said about this character, because bullies are considered to be in almost every school system, or at least the American schooling system, which, by the way, are still a mess. America really nailed it when they made their system. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new here to SmackNPie, hit that subscribe button. I'm Chantelle, and until next time, peace!